Hello, welcome back to MovieMynds, y'all.
Ooh.
It's another day, another week of quarantine.
Another week.
How was your week, bro?
It was boring, guys. It's
Name one highlight of your week, man.
a highlight of my week.
Yeah.
You know, I write music, and so I write and
Yeah.
you know, I do my thing, and so I have, you know, I do that, and so those are my highlights, I guess, of my week, and just being like, you know, talking to friends and family, and just being with the ones that you love. And yeah, it sucks that you can't go out and watch movies because that's our thing, right?
Yeah.
But there's some pretty cool things on TV though, right?
Yeah, for sure. There's absolutely a lot to watch online.
How was yours, man?
It was cool, man. You know what? My highlight was musically as well, I would say.
Okay.
I was listening to Childish Gambino's new album, or Donald Glover's.
Right.
And, you know, at first I feel like I didn't really connect with it at first. I think it was really experimental, different from his usual vibes, but after listening to it a few times, it really like I started connecting a little bit more with it. And I think there's like 2-3 songs, man, that I really like. Damn, like
I like it.
Feels Like Summer is part of that
Yeah, I like it. I like the album to some degree. But yeah, that's cool, man.
So, you know, just enjoying, just making the best of everything. So tell us, what is your favorite thing about the quarantine?
Let us know.
What's the silver lining, guys? So we're going to go right into it with Hot Tops.
Hot Tops. Let's do it, dude.
All right, guys. So this week we have some good news. We are getting reports that Doctor Strange is still in production, Doctor Strange 2. And it's on schedule for release.
Right. So not for release, right?
No, not for release. They're going to start. They're in pre-production, and they're scheduled to start filming.
So I guess the question here would probably be, would be why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they still continuing the set date for them to start? You know, the actual of the making of the movie, when a lot of movies that are set to be in production right now have halted production, like The Matrix and you know, big movies like that are set to be coming out in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah. And
so I guess that's the big question, right? Why is Doctor Strange doing that?
Yeah. So I'm guessing my number one, I guess, reasoning on that is that the pre-production has been going on for a while, and their pre-production for big Hollywood blockbusters like Doctor Strange can be done a lot remotely. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, set pieces and construction. I'm sure that's not happening right now, but like the design, artwork, Doctor Strange is going to be heavy on the CGI. Right. So I'm sure that all of these models, 3D rendering and models that are happening right now, they're all done remotely. All these graphic designers and artists are working in their own quarantine time. So I think that there's a lot to do with that. I don't think that it's been affected that much. And they start in June. So I don't know if you guys hear any reports and stuff, but, you know, we should be out of quarantine and all this crisis by then. So Marvel seems to be very optimistic on it.
Yeah, I think that a date of, I believe it says June, right?
Yes.
And so I think a date of June is realistic. And you're right. There's a lot of moving parts in a movie. There's you know, concepts and what they're doing in CG, and, you know, I'm sure they've already scoped out locations, but they can start, you know, doing some things that they don't normally do that require so many people to be around. So I'm assuming that that's why they're still continuing to say, hey, this movie is gonna continue as planned. However, there is, all these movies have like a schedule, and they put certain dates and certain things to be on certain days. And so I'm assuming that they hopefully, you know, because I know Disney is taking this very, 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 very seriously. Yeah. And so I'm sure they're putting those things that they can do, and that's what they're modifying or revising as far as how they can do them moving forward, because it is heavily on CG. And hey, shout out to the other movies like Matrix that are heavy on CG as well. So you never know. I know that they say this, but I'm sure that when you get down to the nitty gritty and you talk to a representative in Disney about the movie, they'll probably tell you, hey, we're taking all those things in consideration, and we're basically, making everything so that it'll work that way.
Right. I can't imagine the stress level of a project manager that got through this whole process. I guess it's a producer or co-producer. That's their role to get everything done.
So a co-producer usually helps the producer.
Well, it depends on how involved they are, right? Yeah,
and so it's always the levels of producer. The word producer and co-producer are used very, very lightly sometimes in Hollywood. I feel like some producers can be just the tag of producer just because they gave them an idea. Hey, wear that kind of shirt. Oh, all of a sudden you're a producer. And so producers also help out with money in a monetary way. And so there's just a lot of ways to view this.
Yeah. I just can't imagine the stress that they're going through, and kudos to them because they're getting things done with everything going on. And Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness is what it's called. Looks so good. I can't wait. First one is so amazing. Please go check it out on Disney Plus, or I believe it's on Netflix too. I'm not sure. But
Netflix. I don't know.
You guys gotta watch it. If you have not, that's probably my top 3 or 4 of Marvel films, man. That movie is amazing, dude. So this is definitely looking to be very promising. May 7th, 2021.
I can't wait. I mean, Doctor Strange 1 was great. Doctor Strange 2 is gonna really, really open up, I think, what Marvel wants to do moving forward in this other phase without Tony and Captain America, and it's really going to solidify exactly where the MCU is going. So
this is probably the biggest film they have coming up in the next. Like, this is the only film that I could say that even matches up to an Avengers level film. Right. And I'm sure because of the multiverse, they're going to bring multiple characters involved. It's going to be, I would say it's going to be like Civil War, where you're going to see different characters combining, and interacting with each other. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that. They have to. Yeah. It's going to, if we don't get that, it'll be over 2 years of not getting any Avengers style cohesiveness of storytelling. And I don't think we could last that long, guys. So Marvel, give it to us.
Give it to us, please. Please. Looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, let us know what you guys think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you guys get the full videos that we post. Drop a comment,
guys. Let us know what you guys think about this whole Doctor Strange continuing production. You guys, thanks.
I know. I'm excited and relieved to hear that. Because I don't care about many Marvel films as of right now. Only that one is really.
And I don't even care about Captain Marvel 2. To be honest with you,
I don't really care about it either. But, okay. All right. So on to the next, guys. We have a little bit more Disney news. It looks like Disney is really being very, very busy. They're busy now. Yeah. And we have some small bad news, but very commendable news to Disney, that Disney has joined the list of companies implementing sizable pay cut for their senior executives, due to the coronavirus. And so we have Bob Iger, for example, the chairman and currently the CEO, or the ex-CEO that he's going to work into it. He's getting about 50% pay cut. Right. Now, of course, this crisis is coming, right? They're losing a bunch of money because of the parks, right? Of course, they have to halt production on a lot of things, and a lot of people are probably kind of not going to stick around long enough to enjoy or to last. The Disney Plus stuff, those Disney Plus original content, they're going to be pushed back, and a lot of people are probably not going to stick around for that. So my question is this a good idea for Disney to actually do all these pay cuts right now for their leadership?
I think what Bob Iger, which it has to be explained, he was the CEO of Disney, basically, that made every single decision, whether it would be in the Marvel department, whether in the park department with Disneyland and Disney World and all that stuff. And so he said, he wanted to be a little bit more creative and more time in other areas. And that's why he gave that job to someone else, or their own little Congress, I guess, gave the job to them. they both came together, it seems like, and they said to themselves, hey, you know what? We earn millions of dollars every year. Yeah. I think we can give some of that money up to the workers of these places of Disneyland and all the people that work for Disney Plus and all these other places, and they're sacrificing that, and it just shows exactly what kind of people they are, what kind of people they are now. I really do agree. I really think that they're doing this also because not only are they good people, they're good people, but I think social America now have put these companies that we expect something like this from them because the world has become so social and so social media driven that if you hear, hey, Disneyland didn't pay his workers and they laid them off for I don't know how long and they didn't take care of them, but then you have a CEO making $22 million a year and in bonuses that have probably come out to of millions of dollars sometimes, you don't have very much empathy for those people. I am sure that, they're people just like us. They can contract the virus or whatever they're doing as well, but they're in a more isolated area because they have all this money and they're not worried about rent. They're not worried about things that really the normal people.
I wouldn't say that necessarily, but
people worry about now.
Like the workers that are going to Disneyland, like the cast members and stuff. They don't have the luxuries that let's say a $48 million salary.
But Bob Iger also has other worries that we don't have. He's thinking of the company and and we're going bankrupt because things of that nature. Right. Because I'm sure that a conglomerate like that can't sustain itself without it being completely. Daily having revenue coming in from people attending whatever their services is. So I think it's a great move. I commend Bob Iger. I also think though it's something that
like a PR move.
Exactly. So they're good people. Don't get me wrong. I just know that companies are doing it because it's the right thing to do.
So this is definitely something that is commendable. Like I said before, I really see how Disney is really being a leader in the space of entertainment. They're such a huge company, and them doing this and taking the decision to make a bunch of cuts throughout this time. I mean, the world is suffering right now. The world is hurting financially, and some people, unfortunately, are even hurting physically with the illness. And they are showing that they could also carry that burden for others as well. I mean, 48 million, half of that, man, that's a lot of money that could really pay for a lot of salaries throughout this crisis.
Dude, yes.
And so, it's commendable, and this is what good leadership does.
Yes.
They step up, they take the blow, and in a big blow, 50% pay cut. I mean, not a lot of people could do that. Of course, yes, they have a lot of money, but you know what? This guy and all these other chairmen, they're really taking up, a space where they need to take that position.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they are. They're leading by example.
Yes,
and I'm really happy. I know a few people online, social media. I don't know, Jasmine, if you watch this, like I follow her on Twitter. She's one of the cast members. She's part of the Rise of Resistance, and she does an incredible job there. And it's unfortunate to see her and her friends, cast members, that are not working right now. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that they are being relieved with this. And I'm hoping that Disney is taking care of them. And to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they are taking care of them. Right. I haven't really had a conversation with her about it, but it's great to see. And this is them showing like, hey, we're one of you guys. We're going to get through this together. And that's really important, and I think that every leader should, have that mentality, and any good leader should carry that load for others and with others. So, no matter how hard it could be. Yeah. So good job, Disney. We appreciate you.
You guys
and
are
I
awesome.
hope that everyone stays positive during this time. Yep. All right, y'all. Okay.
Nice.
So
man.
let's move on to the next topic subject, and it's actually a segment we like to call streaming and chill.
Yes,
Stream and chill, y'all. So I know that's what we're doing for the most part a lot.
So we're going to be basically giving you something to watch on some of these. I'm going to pick one show and I'm going to pick one movie from these streaming services, and hopefully you guys want to check it out. I love these two picks that I have. Did you? What do you think about your two?
I do think that my picks are pretty cool because they're kind of different. Oh, one of them might be a little bit common for a lot of you, but I do want to bring it up and really speak about it. One thing I wanted to let you know that last week you mentioned Euphoria.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that what an incredible TV series. What amazing HBO, right? HBO just did a fantastic job on this, man. Euphoria with Zendaya. She's incredible, man. Wow. Oh my gosh, she's just another
you see her
level.
Differently than the Spider-Man.
I see her in a complete different light. I know now the level and caliber of actress she is, and I have nothing but great things to say about her. Storyline amazing. It's a little bit it's a bit open, there's a lot of social openness about that, and I'm not here to judge, but there's a lot of things that I'm like, man, this is what high schoolers are going through right now, and I'm just like heartbroken sometimes.
Shout out to Elias told me about that show, and he's like, man, dude, check that show out because of the camera angles, and yes, I loved it, and that's one of the first things that stood out to me was the cinematography in the show. It's really great.
He also tweeted out something about like just the editing and like all these other lighting and stuff like that, but the editing is incredible. The creative process that they took to represent certain things, like abstractly, I guess, is just something else, man. I love it, guys. I cannot just his suggestion last week was amazing. I took it and I loved it. I binge watched the crap out of that.
My favorite two guys in this show is the two gangster kids that are in there. And
I love them, dude.
And they're just like two guys. They're hustlers, but they have so much. It's really good to see him on screen, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you check out Euphoria on HBO Stream.
Yeah, guys, you guys ought to watch it out.
It's great. I love that show, man.
Yeah, there's a 2-week trial period on HBO if you go on through Amazon Prime. That's actually what I'm on right now, and I got to watch something else too. So just so you guys know, I know that's not one of ours. So so you want to give up your first one?
So my first pick for you guys to stream out there, okay? And it's on it's on Hulu. The Smallville Clark Kent. You guys, look, the reason why I suggest
those
this
are 10
is
seasons
because
right there, buddy.
It's something that you guys could watch and really, like, it'll take a while for you guys to get through. Because it is 10 seasons. Yeah. But I love this show. It was the first time that I really felt that they did the story of Superman in a show, like in an episode wise, so appealing to me. And it's sometimes hokey if you go back to some of the shows, but it just shows
part of the charm, though.
Yeah, it is part of the charm for me as well. And so I think that show really represents Superman in a great way, even to his transformation to when he gets to Superman.
That's a great episode.
And that in itself, the Lex Luthor for that show is probably one of the Lex Luthor. That's what I think about.
My favorite one.
As Lex Luthor, other than Gene Hackman that played him.
I actually like him
in Superman, the original movie with Christopher Reeves. But Smallville, guys, it just goes through a story when he's in Smallville, the story of Superman. Yeah. But just in a very, very creative way, and how, I love the way he develops his powers. And in season through season, you can tell that he gets a little bit more in tune with what he's supposed to be. And dude, if you guys have not watched Smallville, go watch it. It's WB. It's on Hulu. you. You guys love it. That's my streaming pick of the. What did you think of?
Oh, dude, I watched Smallville one more time. Well, the last time I watched it was a year ago. I watched it with Liz, and so dude, we were just on one for a few weeks, dude. On that, dude.
Yeah. So you guys go through all of it?
Yeah, we watched it again, like just to reminisce. Yeah, because I remember watching it ever since I lived in Guatemala. Okay. Like I watched it there.
Oh, even there.
Yeah, even there. And then I came over here. I watched the last season. I remember for the season finale or the series finale, the very last one, right, where he turns into Superman.
Yeah.
So there was a gang service. I'm sorry. A youth service at my church that night, on that Tuesday night, and I was like, I can't go to this church. I can't. I'm gonna have to watch this live. I have to. I've been watching it for over 10 years.
Yeah,
dude, I was so invested in it. Right. So I just kind of I can't go tonight. I was sick or something like that.
You have been so much invested in it.
And dude, I just had to watch that show. Yeah. One of my favorite Superman stories of all time, for sure. Yes. And I'm a huge DC fan. So. Man, that's a must.
Well, it's DC, so for sure, it's Smallville, guys. So check it out.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and give you guys on that HBO note, because we already talked about Euphoria. I'll give you a movie suggestion now. Okay. This is something that came out earlier this year that kind of fell under my radar that we did talk about, and we wanted to discuss it, but we never watched it. I guess I don't think you have. I think. Okay. Which is called Yesterday.
I have not seen that movie. I know who it is. I know
the musical movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, so Yesterday, directed by Danny Boyle, right? And there's some stars that really, the only person that you really will know is Ed Sheeran, actually, is in that movie. And he plays himself in that. So this is the premise. I'm just going to tell you the premise, and then we'll talk about how great this movie is. The premise of this is that this guy, he's a musician that he feels like he's just failed as a musician. Great singer, great musician, as guitar player, pianist. But after years and years of investing in music, he just decided to just quit. And on the night that he quits, he gets hit by a bus during a worldwide energy outage, and it was caused by a solar flare. Okay, sounds really science fiction-y and stuff like that. It's really not. But during this solar flare, what happens is that things shifted a little bit. So certain things don't exist, like Coca-Cola doesn't exist anymore. But he has the memory of everything from his past or from his other dimension, right?
Right.
So this failed musician is in a conversation with friends talking about the Beatles. And they were like, who the heck is the Beatles? And he's like, what? And he just flips out, goes through this whole rant about like, how can you not know who the Beatles are? I mean, of course you guys know who the Beatles are. We all know. Probably some of the best songwriting, of all time.
Yeah, ever.
But in this dimension or this version of his life, the Beatles never existed. But he remembers all the songs.
So he steals his music.
He steals all of their music and becomes
thief.
And there's the story, and that's what a lot of us thought, right? That's what me and Liz actually thought. Dude, this story is amazing. It's so much fun. Great music. I mean, you will have the soundtrack from the Beatles, of course. So you'll have all these things, and Ed Sheeran discovers him, and they like go on tour and stuff like that, and a bunch of other stuff happens. I don't want to give it away, but it's so cool. So imagine yourself this happening to you, and like Google doesn't exist. What would you do?
I don't know. Google doesn't exist?
Everyone in the world doesn't remember it, dude. But you do. But like Google.
I mean, yeah, I guess I would do the same thing.
Right? Because it comes to an ethical thing, right? And you do feel bad and stuff like that. But it kind of resolves in a great way.
You can say, hey, these songs aren't mine. These are from a band that I knew, but nobody knows.
Exactly.
But they're gonna be like, well,
but still, but would you lock those songs away for the world to not ever to hear?
No, I wouldn't.
Dude, that's selfish, right? Yeah. That's the conflict that you go through this whole movie.
Ooh, that's good.
Dude,
that's good. Made me think.
It's so good. It's so good. At first I was like, oh, this guy, he's gonna go ahead and steal the Beatles songs. But no, man, he's giving it back to the world. That's just my point of view. What's your point of view? Please go check it out. HBO, watch Euphoria, and then Yesterday. Trust me.
That's cool, man. Song. I love that. I'm going to check it out because it has a very, very interesting premise.
Yeah.
It has a very interesting. Okay, so my streaming movie, the one that I want you guys to watch, preferably no subtitles, but it is one of those movies that you have to probably put the dub little SAAP so that the words can come out. Whatever it is. But this movie is it's a true story. And it's about a Chinese man that trained Bruce Lee. He's Bruce Lee's teacher. Oh yeah. And the movie is Ip Man, and it has about 3 more parts and some other people that have tried to play them. But the Ip Man, the Donnie Yen, he's come out in Star Wars, Rogue One. He's a pretty famous Asian actor that does martial arts. And so this movie really goes through his Bruce Lee's teacher's life and how he got to be where he was at. Basically, it starts really with him just being someone that can like really kick butt. And so he protects his town at first. So they have like little adventures there. Yeah. Not adventures, I want to say, but little situations there. And then the war hits, a war hits. And then, he used to be, have money and,
World
his
War,
wife, his wife was very taken care of, very pretty wife, his son, everybody in the town really loved him, because he was a kind dude. And so, and he would protect the village as well. And so war hit with, I believe, Japan, and a lot of stuff changed. And so they fell into poverty, and they were, working in coal mines. And so they noticed that he can fight. And it gets really, really good. And when I say fight, it's almost like I'm stating his fighting. Just like, that's not fighting. That's something else. Yeah. This movie can take you through really a lot of up and downs. It's sad. It makes you emotional. But it also makes you like, oh yeah, get him, dude, get him. Oh my good, get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Enter the Dragon did that for me a lot.
And you feel his pain. You feel why he's fighting, and you feel you feel the same hate towards that army and how it's pretty explicit too, guys, as far as what they show and the deaths and things like that. So pre-warned with that. But Ip Man, guys, Donnie Yen, it's on Netflix. You guys check it out. It's one of my favorite all-time, if not my favorite martial arts movie.
I gotta watch it. I still haven't watched it, and I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. I mean, my dad he taught me everything about Bruce Lee. So
no way.
He put me in karate because of Bruce Lee.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, dude, I love Bruce Lee. Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. So I want to give you another Netflix suggestion, which I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it on their main page on Netflix, is Ozark season 3. If you haven't watched Ozark, okay, it's about a story about a family that gets into money laundering. It's kind of like a Breaking Bad-ish, series. But man, there's so many twists and turns. The character development of the whole family is amazing. And I'm telling you guys, season 3 is probably my favorite of all this series. It's crazy because the first season and second season are increasingly better. But this third season is just like a brand new show to me, and it just has Jason Bateman, and dude, he just does an amazing job being relatable, being likable, and it's about stories about FBI agents trying to uncover him, and it's just a great cast of just amazing.
I haven't seen it yet, man, and I've seen a lot of people post it online, but I have also. One of the people that I watch a lot, which is John Campea, he doesn't like it,
Really?
And yeah, he didn't like the first season, I guess he said, and he just didn't get invested into it. And trust me, I just heard that was the one person that I've heard doesn't like Ozark. Other than that, everybody else loves this show. I'm gonna check it out once I get a chance, and I really want to because right now I'm going through The Looming Towers right now.
Oh, good.
And so I'm checking that out. But Ozark, dude, I hear so many good things about. I love Jason Bateman. He's just great in everything he's in, guys. That guy can do no wrong.
So likable.
I even go back and watch him in Teen Wolf 2. I don't know if you guys know he did that, but I still go watch him because I love, I love the music in that show, in that movie. But yeah, man, I'm going to check it out once I get a chance. And I love Laura Linney. I think she's one of the greatest. Greatest women actresses out there now.
She just had an amazing scene. I finished the season, but like towards the end, oh my gosh, she's just amazing, dude.
Yeah, Laura Linney's in that show is what I saw from the previews that I've seen. But I can't say any great. I loved her since I don't know if you've seen this movie, The Truman Show with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, of course.
She was his wife.
It's her wife.
She was his wife. It's ever since then I've always kept.
She's so likable too. Yeah,
I love her.
Oh, dude, she's a totally different person in this movie, in this series.
No, I've seen her in other movies too.
Yeah.
There's so many that she's
got some range.
Some really crazy ones too that she's into. Anyway, yeah, I love. I'm gonna check it out once I get a chance.
Yeah, dude, can't wait for you guys to watch that. Please let us know what are your suggestions on streaming and while you're chilling at home in this quarantine. Let us know down below in the comments. Please give us some suggestions.
I want to know what to watch, guys. So let us know.
And once you give us your suggestions, we'll watch them and we'll talk about them on the show.
It might be one of those number one things, that we like so much, and
for sure.
And we'll give you a shout out as well.
Absolutely. Let us know, guys. So stay tuned for our top 3 movies that we're going to be coming out in a few days.
Yes,
it's about.
We're going to do
social distancing movies.
Social distancing movies, guys. So put your thinking caps on.
Isolation.
What you guys can come and drop a comment on there for us.
What do you think it's going to be on there? All right,
guys. So, we're done here. You guys stay safe, and stay
movie-minded.